if you can display that you're consistently proactively managing their indebtedness, not only are they going to stay loyal to you and continue to work with you and buy other homes with you, but you will also find that they will start referring their friends and family members to you, to the extent that you can structure a loan in a way to where you can credit some of your commissions to the non-recurring closing costs or all of the non-recurring closing costs on behalf of the borrower. You will never have an easier sell. It's the easiest sell that any loan originator will make. So let's hypothetically say it is a $500,000 loan and you're getting 200 basis points in your comp structure, just as an example. That's 10 grand. And let's say that the non-recurring closing costs are 4 grand or 4,500 for that $500,000 loan, depending upon what state you're in, depending upon what the closing agent's fees are, et cetera. That's still, $5,000 to $5,500 left over, and the borrower gets a free loan. And now, even if it's a 0.3% reduction in interest rate that saves them $114 a month, it still makes sense because it didn't cost them anything to save, $13,000 or $14,000 a year. And that's why I say it's the easiest sell that you will ever make. Now, I've also had originators say to me, and including ones that used to work for me, I'll never forget. I do like had some $1 million borrowers back in the day, and sometimes I would do a no cost refi and make make 0.75 of a point on it, $7,500, and then I'd pay their fees, and those fees would be say $4,500, and I would net 3 grand. And my originators that worked with me would look at that and say, "Why are you working for so little? How can you justify making less than 0.5% on a loan?" I said, "Okay, well, let me ask you a question. So if a borrower came to you today and said that they had a $100,000 refi and you could make 300 bips on that loan, would you do it?" And they said, "Of course I would." I said, "Okay, so what's the difference?" It's money's money. You don't deposit basis points in your bank account. You don't pay your mortgage with basis points. It's money that pays the bills, right? So, but it goes deeper than that, Michael. And I want you to comment on this. So not only are you making some extra money by providing this service, but you're building long-term loyalty. You see, you want to be the gatekeeper of your database. Yeah. So if you can display that you're consistently proactively managing their indebtedness for them, not only are they going to stay loyal to you and continue to work with you and buy other homes with you, but you will also find that they will start referring their friends and family members to you. I would get a ton of referrals. People say, "Hey, Joe referred me to you, and he told me that you could refinance my loan for me at no points, no fees." And I would say, "Okay, well, it depends upon the loan amount. Let's talk about it. But if I can make it work, yes, I will." And I would get referrals that way. So feel free to comment on that.
Huge. I mean, my whole MO, if you will, and this is truly what I believe, is just love God, love people. You do that, you do everything right. What does that mean? Build bridges. You don't build barriers. What can you do to just serve people? We're here to humbly serve people, take care of people. It's the best profession I think that I could have found or fallen into for someone that just wants to serve your community. And that being said, I mean, the question would then be for the listeners, how many people spend money on Zillow? How many people spend Realtor.com? How many spend on Opcity or all these other lead funnels? I'm not saying anything poor about them. However, wouldn't it be better to take care of your own database, take care of your own people, take care of like those that already trusted you to make the biggest purchase that they may ever make in their lives and continue to nurture that relationship? You couldn't have said it any better. I love the thought, and I'm going to steal that if that's okay, about basis points. You get paid on basis points, get paid to take care of people. And at the end of the day, if you're helping somebody, you're bettering their situation, you then have another raving fan that may have been already a raving fan, but now they're a super raving fan, right? And if you go back to the old database and you go through spreadsheets, or, I had a day planner, right? But Rolodex, to go back before the CRM days. And I know you're a pioneer of the CRM, Tim, but it's funny because you had your platinum, you had your gold, you had your silver, you had your bronze. But what if you move some of those bronze to silver and some of those to gold and some of those to platinum just by taking better care of them? And I think it goes to this point where you have a refinance that gives them benefits that really gives them no cost, and it just shows your care for them. And then again, it goes back to that John Maxwell quote that I love so much, is people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If they truly know that you care about them, you're looking out for their best interests and their indebtedness, as you had mentioned, it puts them in a better situation. It puts you in a way better situation because they're more likely to do one big thing that Zillow Realtor gives you bogus leads. They're going to send you better leads, their friends, their family, their colleagues, their coworkers. And that's really what it comes down to, is just what can you do to better serve people so that you become the number one person, no matter what, that they're going to think of when they think about purchasing or refinancing your property.